Hi, welcome to Harley Classics, and today I want to show you one of my personal bikes out of my collection. Probably one of my favourite bikes. It's a Yamaha FS1E sports moped. Basically takes us right back to when I was 16. There was a group of us had these mopeds, used to fly all over on them. And this one, the Yamaha SE, was the best one, without a shadow of a doubt. This was the best bike for a 16-year-old you could get. Yeah, there was fancy Italian things like Geleras and Malagutis, and Suzuki made the AP50, which I've got a one as well. But this was the one that really looked the part. And this is the same colour as the one I had. I painted it this colour, the Kenny Roberts yellow with a speed block. I've had this bike for 16 years and it's never been started. The guy restored it, and he was actually crying when we bought it off him. We had to carry it down the stairs. And when we went to put it in the van, he said, "Oh, don't put the tyres on the ground. It's never been on the ground." So, well, I'll just talk you through the bike a little bit. So it's 50cc, well, 49cc. What we used to do is we used to take this cylinder and barrel off and put a big bore kit on. I think the biggest you could get at the time was about 70cc or something. So we whipped that off, put the big bore kit on, whipped this exhaust off, and we put a pea shooter micron. The upswept microns came out later, but the first ones that were available to us were a pea shooter, and they were about 20 quid. The bike had disc brakes, which a lot of the 50s didn't have. They were on the drums, so it had disc brakes. Like I say, 49cc, about 4.5 horsepower, a little rotary disc engine, and here's a disc. And we used to file the disc down and file the inlet ports and do all sorts and tell everybody they did 80, 90 mile an hour, but in effect they didn't. This was a later model because it's got the lubrication. Before you used to have to mix your petrol and oil. This is the auto lube, and it's also the kickstart model. Before that you had your kickstart, but you also had a set of pedals. It was in keeping with the law, you had to have the pedals on, but everybody just took them off. You know, we'd take these foot pegs off, we go around this side, take them foot pegs off, turn that round that way, so you sort of drove on a rear set as if it was a racing bike. We'd take these handlebars off, put a set of drop handlebars on, all sorts really. But when you look at them now, they're tiny. They're absolutely tiny. But this one's in pristine condition. I've had it for 16 years in my museum. It's never been started. So it's 1979 on a T. And I say it's not for sale. The values of these bikes are shooting up. You know, the early ones you can pay £10,000–12,000 for. I don't know where this one would lie in the marketplace at the minute. Probably the 6,000 or 7,000 mark, I would think, in this condition. But one of my favourite bikes, the Fizzy. So if you like this video and you want to see some more, just subscribe to our channel, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and that's about it. Bye bye now.